All right, Dr. Golden. Well, let's get to this article that we are going to talk about here this morning. How to become a morning person. We're going to try to help you and see if you can become a morning person because, you know, sometimes you go to work or sometimes you're somewhere and you see this person that is just so energetic, so excited to be up in the morning. And why are they that way? What are they doing differently than you're doing that you're in a bad mood and they're in a very happy mood? But listen. Not everyone is a morning person, but there are some things you can do to improve the quality of your sleep so you can condition yourself to get up earlier, feeling more refreshed and rejuvenated than ever. Martin Rawls-Meehan, the CEO of sleep technology company Reverie, shared some insight on how to get some better sleep every night so you can transform yourself into an Energizer bunny in the morning. Doc, I'm going to go down each of these items and then I'll have you chime in. Keep things cool. Sleeping in a cooler environment is good for a number of reasons. When your core temperature drops, it's a signal to your body to start shutting things down for the day, said Martin, to help ease yourself into the resting process without feeling like an icicle, of course. The ideal room temperature for sleep is about 65 degrees. Doc?
Well, I agree with that. The cooler the environment is, the more conducive it is for good sleep. However, I live in Central California, and at 65 degrees, I'm freezing.
That is very true. Diffuse your worries. Aromatherapy uses the healing powers of scents to balance your mind, body, and spirit. Pure essential oils are diffused into the air or rubbed on pressure points to help you relax, relieve stress, and promote better sleep. Some popular scents with calming effects include lavender and jasmine. We couldn't agree with this more. We keep a diffuser by our beds to send ourselves off into a peaceful, deep, stress-free slumber, one viewer said.
You know, I find that very interesting. I unfortunately don't know very much about aromatherapy, but I don't have any reason to not believe the contents of the article. I may personally try it sometime, but this is something that I would need some time to research, but it certainly sounds plausible to me.
Here's another one. Go dark. This seems like a logical one here. You don't have to paint your walls black, but it's a good idea to shut out as much light as possible. Dark rooms not only help you fall asleep, but also improve overall sleep quality. So try to make your bedroom as dark as possible, whether that means buying blackout shades, wearing an eye mask, or putting a cloth over any electronics or blinking lights that can't be removed. This seems like a logical one, right, Doc? Go dark.
And there's a physiological explanation for this one, too. It has to do with a little gland on the base of our brain called the pineal gland that pretty much shrivels up in adults, but we've all heard of the chemical melatonin to help people fall asleep. Well, being in a darkened environment promotes the secretion of melatonin and thereby makes us sleep more easily. One of the things that we counsel people on in the medical practice if they have sleeping difficulties is to turn off the television and make sure that the bedroom is as dark as possible.
Well, as much as we say go dark, but also white. White noise, that is. Noise pollution can be as determined to your detrimental to your sleep quality as sound pollution. So it's important to take action to keep things quiet. Do you live with roommates, noisy neighbors, in a bustling city environment? If you can't control the ambient sound in your sleeping environment, then cover any excess noise with a fan, white noise machine, or even a white noise app. Have you heard of this white noise app?
I have not, but I believe in the contents of the paragraph, though. I think there's a lot of noise in our background that happens. I don't think it's all necessarily electronic. Their example is you can hear your neighbors sometimes. If you live in my house, I have two little yapper poodles that hear something at night and start to bark, and these kind of things are detrimental towards good quality sleep.
And that might be this isn't on the list, but animals sleeping in your bed could cause some issues too, because if you, like you said, a dog can start barking, a dog can growl, which wakes you up. Do you recommend for people to sleep with their animals in their bed?
I think it's generally not healthy, especially if there are couples. Now, if a person lives alone, I think sleeping with the animal is probably supportive to the person, just the company.
Gotcha. You did mention something about finding your perfect pillow, and it is on this list here. The comfort of your bed, the sheets, and pillow can make a significant difference in the way you sleep, and the type of pillow matters depending on how you sleep. Spinal alignment is key in this. When sleeping on your back or side, a medium height or slightly firm pillow works best to support your neck and head. On your stomach, a soft, flat pillow is best. Quality pillows are designed to keep your spine aligned while you sleep, which can mean more comfort and more sleep. They also suggested an adjustable pillow so you can find what's most comfortable for you.
Right, and there's a hyperlink on the article that will take you to adjustable pillows, so it might be interesting to follow that hyperlink and see what information is available there.
Here's one. Be a creature of habit. This is something that I want to do, make a habit out of things. Your best bet at becoming an early riser is to be as habitual as possible while you condition your body to get up earlier and become a better sleeper. As much as possible, your bedtime and waking time should be consistent. Going to bed and waking up at the same times each day helps regulate your body's rhythms, which in turn makes it easier for you to fall asleep and wake up naturally. Doc, this right here is an important one, I think.
Oh, this is incredibly important, and especially for people in our weight loss practice. We emphasize that to be successful with weight loss, you really have to try to get 7 hours of sleep a night. The average adult gets 6 to 8 hours a night, but if you can manage 7, it's better if you're trying to lose weight. Now, this habitual sleeping at the right time is important. I have personal experience with a patient whose biological clock is absolutely backward, and it has nothing to do with the job or anything, but this person sleeps all day and is awake all night. So one of the things that we've done with her, in addition to having sent her to a sleep specialist, is we try to get her to set an alarm clock at like 6:30 in the morning, and she has to make herself wake up to try to readjust her clock. It's a terrible condition if you're unable to sleep during the nighttime and you're awake at that time instead.
No, absolutely. And it might be a better idea to taper your eating when it gets closer to bedtime, according to Martin as well. Eating a big meal right before bed can make it difficult to fall asleep and make your sleep less restful once you do doze off. For optimal rest, aim to stop eating at least 2 hours before bed, and be sure to avoid all caffeine and alcohol as bedtime approaches, as both are stimulants. Filling the grumbles in your belly. Don't deprive yourself if you're really hungry. If you feel a twinge of hunger come on after hours, opt for foods like cherries, tomatoes, walnuts, olives, strawberries, and milk, which contain melatonin and can help you fall asleep. So for those people that are dieting, if you're feeling hungry, you got to eat something, right, Doc?
Well, you know, we try to emphasize to our patients in the weight loss practice to only eat when they're hungry. I think it's unfortunate if somebody gets hungry at bedtime, though, but at least the advice that's provided in terms of which foods to choose is good advice. And again, that hormone melatonin is mentioned once again because it can definitely help a person to fall asleep.
And last but not least, this is probably the most important one on the list, and that is say no to the screen. If you want to become a morning person, you got to say no to the screen. We've said this before, but it's worth reiterating. Scrolling through your Instagram feed right before bed is a recipe for a restless night, and it's no way to become a morning person. The blue light from our phones and other screens like TVs, laptops, and tablets tell our body's internal rhythms that it's time to wake up and start revving our body up right when it's time to wind down. So there's no way around it. Just turn it off. Still need something to wind down? Try reading an old-fashioned book or doing some meditating or other relaxing activity. And if possible, keep all electronics out of the bedroom. Try using an old-fashioned alarm clock near your bed and charging your phone in the kitchen. sounds challenging, but we didn't say becoming a morning person would be easy, did we, Doc?
We didn't say that, and this is a tough one. Everything that's said there is true. I know I don't worry about things like Instagram and Facebook because I don't participate in those things, but it's very difficult for me to go to bed without turning the television on because it's my way of winding down and relaxing to watch the news or an old Andy Griffith show or something before I turn the TV off and fall asleep.
No, absolutely, and for me, I mean, self-employed business owner, I tend to look at my emails, try to catch up on things that I couldn't get done, or even just for my show, for the Eggs, Bacon, and Joey Morning Show, I'm trying to, get things ready, sending you topics and doing other things for other segments and things like that. So for me, this is kind of something that I need to kind of work on as well because, turning on the screen right when I lay down into bed, as I'm reading here, it's telling our body that it's time to wake up.
That's right, but this was a really nice choice for a topic for today. I think a lot of people need to focus more on the importance of sleep.
All right, Doc. Well, it is time for some trivia this morning. Doc, what do you got for us?
Well, topic for today is from weight loss myths. So I'm going to ask a true-false question. So are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. Rapid weight loss is just as effective, if not more effective, long-term compared to losing weight slowly. True or false? So if you lose weight quickly is the question, is it as effective as losing it slowly?
Now, are we talking about assistance like surgery, or are we talking just naturally losing the weight?
Just natural weight loss. Doesn't count surgery.
Okay, so natural weight loss, and if you lose it rapidly, is it better than losing it slowly in a longer term? Am I saying that correctly?
Yes.
Okay.
A lot of people will tell you if you're going to have weight loss that stays, you need to lose it slowly. And conversely, people will say if you lose weight rapidly, that's bad for you because you'll gain it right back. So that's the question, is rapid weight loss as effective as slow weight loss?
I'm going to say it's not effective, so what would that be, true or false?
It's true. It's true. In fact, our company, the Center for Medical Weight Loss, has collected data that shows that people who've lost weight rapidly, especially using meal replacement diets, similar to our Quick Start program, have the same overall weight loss at 1 year compared to patients who've lost weight slowly. So when we see a patient who's motivated to lose weight quickly, we encourage them to do so.
Interesting stuff there. Dr. Golden, what do we tell our listeners every Wednesday here on the show?
Well, it's perfect weather, so get out there and take a little walk today.
Yes, take a little walk today. And, Doc, I think you might have to trademark that.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe that will be something that we can push a button on the bobblehead and it'll say that.
Yeah, it'll have your audio there. It'll have your voice when you pull the string.
There you go.
Dr. Golden, how do our listeners and now viewers get in touch with you?
Well, they can Google the Center for Medical Weight Loss Fresno, or my office number in Fresno is 559-432-0716.